Welcome to the referee's corner. We're starting with CAF, Zamalek versus Kaizer Chiefs. There's an offside situation that we're going to have a look there. Right, is this player Damad ruled offside correctly? So let's go and have a look. You can see he's in front, facing the goalkeeper. This was ruled offside. Was it correctly ruled offside? Let's go and have a look. When we draw the line, you can see Marco there put him onside. So incorrect decision, Asisa Sekang. Let's go to the next one. Here we want to warn sensitive viewers here that there's a player who kicked someone in the family business. So let's go and see the family business affairs there. You can see Monty there kick Ben in the family. So when you do that, it's serious foul play. And the player must be sent off. So if you have a look there, you can see that's family. But then what we can applaud, Asisa Sekang from Monty, and then but the correct decision was taken by Ubambisa to give him a red card for kicking him in the family. Right. Let's go to the next one. Aye. This is family business. But we are happy with the red card that was given on the day. Right. Let's go to the next one. We're going to Matuludi here. We can see that Hanamob tripped Matuludi. Flag goes up. That flag did not indicate penalty, but the referee, brave as he is, he pointed to the spot because the assistant referee just said infringement, free kick. The referee says penalty. So correct this in by Mambisa to give a penalty for this tripping, and then while assistant referee said no, it's outside the penalty area, he says inside the penalty area. Correct this in by Ubambisa to give a penalty. Then the last one, we're going to Cisse. Cisse there kicked another player here. If you can see, he kicked the four. Right, this is serious foul play. But now, because of point of contact with boot to boot, red card was given. FIFA recommends that if it's boot to boot, as you can see, we must reduce to yellow. So here, incorrect decision was given for a red card was supposed to be yellow because of boot to boot. Asisa Sekang.
All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But gee whiz, the family business was everywhere. This time, he's even increased it this time. He's even increased it 76%. Once again, as per usual, for the 14th time, MVP. Relebule Mufokeng.
No, it deserves.
There we go. Congratulations to Relebule Mufokeng for once again winning the MVP of the week. Guys, before we go to you though, there's Nedbank coming up, right? So this is who's playing. We're going to be showing you the big game. TS Galaxy versus Mamelodi Sundowns, as well as University of Pretoria versus Kukunya. Those are the two big games of the weekend, including Golden Arrows and Stellenbosch Football Club. You can catch those live on SABC Sport. That's the last 16. All right, guys, talk to me. What's the movement? There was so much.
There was so much. There was no family business. Bekane and Otoyo, Beba Kashelana, who referee are busy. Begunjani Amazon.
Survival of the fittest, Baba.
Certainly a reckless challenge. It's a WWE style move. Definitely a foul. We've had quite a good football match in between the wrestling match. Absolutely terrible challenges in this game. Things are really getting out of hand. It is a foul. Another awful challenge. This is what happens when a referee doesn't have control.
Have control. He doesn't have control. He doesn't have control. Are in this game. He doesn't have control.
We're going to be showing you a lot here on SABC Sport. As per usual, when we say we're going to give you football, we've delivered on our mandate. Betway Premiership match. It is Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns. It's a big clash, top of the table clash. This one to reduce the points at the top of the table. Can Wadu lose at home for the first time this season? He's got the record with 11 wins at the moment. He plays Cardoso, who has, of course, as of last season, held many records himself. And then on the 28th, it's a big one. It's Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates. Tickets sold out in a mere hours. Tickets were sold out. It's Africa's biggest game and one of the world's biggest games. It's the derby. Okay, still come. Still go to. Valentine's
I was working.
They got to get out of here, Dougie. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Mark?
Provinces.
Well, then the coaches come out and say, we don't have prep time. All I'm saying
they didn't have.
Perhaps they should have looked at that first.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mark, this is the 11 that started. I've heard Doctor's view and opinions, and he's going to tell us in a few as well. You've got Dasiva and Lilepo up front, right? And the question then was, Amatlo starts, hasn't played much football. And who's the creative link between the middle and Dasiva and Lilepo?
Again, do you need a creative link when you need a draw? Ultimately, they were banking on that. Try to play for the draw for as long as possible, at least in the first half, and then possibly see what you can sneak, if anything, in the second half. And so, you know, they were set up defensively. For me, I've enjoyed Chiefs when they play with the 3 centre-backs.
Yeah.
That's how they've played for the better part of the season, the 3 centre-backs and your 2 wing-backs. Did they need to change that? I know there's personnel issues, injuries, suspensions, all that kind of thing. So they've also had to adjust and make do with what they have. So it's been a tough one for the coaches.
When they then did decide, Dougie, that we need to now go, that's when you saw a Serino come on, a Mayo come on, a Villagazi come on, to try and add that attacking impetus.
And they're also bringing on Solomons, because now we started to see the right side crossing, combining with Serino, and everybody starting to push Zamalek, because now the last critical phase stages of the game, Zamalek actually were on the back foot, because they were trying to knock that ball to get that second.
So they might have conceded 2 in that second half, but they played better going up front.
Going up front.
Okay.
Because remember, first half, they did very well when they have a defensive structure, you know. And they might have probably encountered 1 or 2 problems which were caused by lapse of concentration. But
let me ask you this, Dougie.
Yeah.
From a selection, a starting 11 point of view, Matlo starts, right?
Yeah.
This was only his second CAF game.
Yeah.
He'd only played 1 against Al Masri.
Okay.
Right? And he played 10 minutes against Al Masri. He came off the bench, he played 10 minutes against Al Masri. Then he comes on in this game. You go back to the PSL maybe. He's only played 6 games, only 187 minutes, and the last time he played football was on the 7th of December. He starts this game.
Yeah, there are definitely questions to be asked there. Was it the right? And the coaches will be asking themselves that as well. And again, football is, we always say 2020, hindsight is 2020. So once it's happened, it didn't work out, now we can ask those questions. But what if he had a stellar game, you know, scored a
there's no what if.
Then we'd be talking a different story.
Okay.
This is what they had at their disposal. They felt that this was the best team they could have put out. You know, can we question that? Yes, we can, but ultimately, we know what George is capable of on his day. When he shows up, he's a really quality player. But the lack of minutes is definitely a worry.
Well, let's move on from Kaizer Chiefs now and focus perhaps on Mamelodi Sundowns. There was a lot of happiness out in Pretoria, from the coach must go to celebrating together, and maybe Sundowns fans saying, let's give this team a chance. It was vintage, the positioning, and of course, the game that they put on against a man that was once a mentor. Leon up front, Dougie.
Oh.
Yeah? Oh. Mark, you spoke about him.
Yeah, he's been colossal. Look at his effort there. And then, you know, that counter press. And again, Leon is alive to it. That's what you love to see, those kind of things. I
can only say that. You know, and I mean, look at where, now this one, Mark, look at the ball rotation there, and now look at when it's passed to Mudiba on the left. Look, can you see what it does? It's just passed to the near post, because it's difficult to defend near post, but also it's to give the ball carrier an option for him to be able to play the ball in the near post, and while a well-calculated cross by Mudiba. And it's all experience.
I'd love for us to take, because we've actually...
You've got that on talk.
We've got that on talk.
I'm going to go back to it then. So let's leave it for now. We'll do that in the masterclass. I want to go to Tebogo Mokoena now.
Yeah.
You know, does Tebogo Mokoena get overloaded in the games that he's playing? You know, there's a lot of chat about how, is he still the same Tebogo Mokoena? He's looking a little bit tired. That's not the Tebogo Mokoena I saw on the weekend.
I love when players respond. There's been a lot of criticism about Tebogo Mokoena, you know, from all sections. For me, I had my doubts as well. Is he being overused? Is he tired? Does he need to rest? This is how you respond.
Yeah.
To any of your naysayers, any of your doubters.
Yeah.
This is how you respond. Absolutely. You know what I love most about him is how he got stuck in, dog.
Yes.
He led the line. When it came to making sure the opponent feels you, there was no one better than Tebogo Mokoena on the day.
Definitely.
Well, there's Mamelodi Sundowns there, of course, and Tebogo Mokoena there. Take a look at what Mokoena, just in case you're wondering, last season, now when we say Mamelodi Sundowns, we're including all competitions there, and last season includes the Club World Cup as well. Look at how many games he played, Togi. 56 games last season, right?
Jesus.
The entire season, almost 60 matches. This season already, including all the cup games in when you say Mamelodi Sundowns there, so all the Betway Premiership games, he's already played 31 matches this season. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark is ready. He wants to talk about Sundowns with the masterclass.
I'm not going to say much. Andile, the footage speaks for itself. To be honest with you, Mamelodi Sundowns in this match, this is probably one of the best games I've ever seen from start to finish. I want you to see... No. Let's restart that, please. I need to take that back. Ronwen Williams, it starts with Ronwen Williams. And this is an intentional pass. I want you to see the quality of this ball from Ronwen Williams. Who does he find? Tapelo Morena, that's one. That's the second pass. Allende, Sales, Allende, Mokoena. Just look at the movement of the Sundowns players. Look at the desire, the willingness to show up, the willingness to arrive and be available for your teammate. That, for me, was stellar. Now, there's a counter clock on the bottom there. That's 11 passes already from this move alone. Look at the passes. There we go, 12 passes. Aubrey Modiba. Are we rushing it? No, take your time. Let's show up for one another. Jaden Adams shows up. Allende. Where did Allende start? And look where he is now. Aubrey Modiba, the ball goes out wide. And then an absolutely stellar ball. And it needs a striker who's willing to get there. You know, we speak about smelling where the goal is, getting in the kitchen, as your friend says, Doc. You know, Mark Williams says you have to be in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
18 passes, the 19th touch, the ball is in the back of the net. Absolutely spectacular from Mamelodi Sundowns.